dreamy far look and her nose stuck in a book. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa. I am so happy you're here. If you'd like to like this video, that would really be awesome. And if you'd like to subscribe, we have so much fun here. For today's video, I wanted to do the 22 books in 2022. So I did this video, had to be January of last year. The idea of this 22 books in 2022 is to try to read books from your shelves. So I have a slight problem of buying books, although I do better than most of my friends. So the object of this is just to read books from your shelves. It's a pretty basic concept and it helps you rather than like going and buying like 10 books and like not reading those forever. Instead, you just try to read books that are from your shelf. So for today's video, I wanted to check in and see, did I read 22 books in 2022? I am so close. I read 18 out of 4, which honestly is so exciting. I think last year I only read like 6 out of 21. So I'm very, very proud of myself. So if you have seen some of my other videos, like I got engaged and I moved, I do not have all 600 plus of my books. They are at my parents' house. I have 2 bookshelves. Here's one, and then I have another one in the other room. Since I decided to bring books that I want to read instead of books that I've read, I left those ones at my parents' house, so I'm gonna have to put up the picture of the book right here. And that's just what we're gonna do. So number 1 on the list is Redeeming Love. This is by Francine Rivers. I had this book for a few years and then my best friend told me that she loved the book and there was a movie coming out. So I just had to read the book before the movie and I'm so happy I did. So Redeeming Love is set in 1850 in California's Gold Country and it's a Christian love story, closed door romance. It actually centered around a prostitute, but there's like these biblical things. It follows Sarah, who is in a bad situation from a young age, and she is selling herself because of the madam that's in charge of her. And this guy, Michael, ends up getting called by God to go and save her and marry her eventually. And it's a cute Christian romance book that really was emotional in a lot of parts. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Number 2 is The Darkest Minds. This is book 1 in the Darkest Minds series by Alexandra Bracken. This has also been on my TBR for so long. I really wanted to read it and I'm so happy I did. This was a very intriguing read. I thought it was gonna go the way that most dystopian books would go, but there were plots and twists and turns and I was just very intrigued the whole time. This follows Ruby and a bunch of other supernatural kids who are in a rehabilitation? I'm just gonna put the word right there. Camp where they are, Ruby is 16 now and she has become the most dangerous one and they are out to get her. So when they escape, crazy stuff happens. I gave this a 4.5 star. Number 3 is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. This is a romance kind of smutty book. This follows Hannah and Garrett. Hannah is like this smart, nerdy girl who ends up tutoring this hockey player in college, and they make a deal. It's really fun and a good way to get out of your head. I gave that a 4.5 stars. Number 4 is The Ice Garden. This is by Guy Jones. This is just a middle grade book that is short chapters and whimsical and fun. It is about Jess, who is allergic to the sun. I have read 2 other books now that people are allergic to the sun. She's been in the hospital many times. She has to wear this whole like hazmat suit to not in the sun, even near a window, she would get burned. But she ends up finding this magical place called the Ice Garden, and it's just this fun middle grade, quick, easy read. If you're looking for a fun January/December read, this would be a great one for you. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Number 5 is Ever After Happy. This is book 4 in the After series by Todd. This, as you've heard me talk about it a lot, loved the series. Toxic relationships, crazy, like, situations. Follow Tessa, who's a good girl, and Hardin, who's like this bad boy. Their relationship goes up and down and up and down and up and down. It's literally like a roller coaster. That's book 4, and I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I jumped right into for number 6. I jumped into Before, which is number 5 in the series, and this is the last book in the series, so I have finished the series, which I am very proud of, and I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. It was, number 5 was technically a prequel to the series. So number 7, I read The Unfairest of Them All, which is book 2 in the Ever After High series by Shannon, Hale. This is a fun middle grade that follows the kids of the fairy tale characters, as if Snow White is Applewhite and Raven is, what is her name? Raven. Raven is the evil queen's daughter. We follow just a fun, quick read, and it's really cool because it's mixed media, so there's a lot of like little details throughout the book. This is a fun middle grade that was a good palate cleanser to like after. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. Number 8 is Glitter by Aprilynne Pike. I actually did not read this book. I will put it on my next 2023 in 2023 because it's something I really wanted to read, but I just didn't get to it. So that is one of the books that I did not read. Number 9 is Origin in the Lux series. This is book 4 in the Lux series by Jennifer Elle Armentrout. This follows hot aliens and a human girl, and there's like government issues and like this like crazy stuff going on. Kind of reads like a dystopian / supernatural. This is a young adult book. And we follow Damien, who is the alien, and Katie, who is like the book nerd human. It's a really awesome series, and I am excited to read the next book, which is totally gonna go on my 2023. I gave this one a 4.5 star. For number 10, I read Opposition, which is book 5 in the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Same series, the series just continued. Never mind, I did not read Opposition. I thought I did. I missed 5 books. It's fine. Number 11, I read Love You Bunches by Myracle, and this is book 1 in the Flower Power series. It was mixed media, which was actually pretty cool. There were like I am messages throughout the thing, which was a cool read. It is a middle grade book. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It follows Katie Rose, Yasmin, Milla, Violet, and they're all named flowers, and they're just friends, and random drama happens and little crushes and stuff. So yeah, that was fun. Number 12, I read Dead to the World, which is book 4 in the Suki Stackhouse series. I actually read it toward the end of December because I wanted to fit just a few more books in before my reading goal, and I'm so happy I did. I really want to read book 5. I just love that series. If you've seen the show True Blood, which is a MA show, it is literally those books. That show follows those books, except I would say the books are a lot more vague and closed door, and the show's a lot more graphic. So just be aware of that. I gave that a 5 out of 5 stars. It's amazing. I love this series. I have the rainbow edition of the books, and they're just so beautiful. Oh, so Suki Stackhouse is a human who has the ability to read minds. Since she has read minds, it's never been easy for her to have like a relationship or even go on a date because she can always hear what the guy's thinking. And in their world, vampires come out and they are real. They come out to the world and they're actually real because they can drink true blood, which is like this like fake blood that they made. And because of that, she meets Bill and a bunch of other vampires, and she can't read his mind. So that starts a relationship because she's like, oh my gosh, I can't hear what he's thinking. So yeah, and then crazy stuff happens, like world-ending stuff. Number 13, I read The Wicked King, which is book 2 in the series of the Folk Heir trilogy by Holly Black. This follows Jude, who is a human, and she lives in the fairy world. And Carden is like this like bad guy. Anyway, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. That was also another series I really wanted to get into. And I just love the Fae world. I think it's so cool. I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. 14, I read Queen of Nothing, which is book 3 in the series of the Folk Heir by Holly Black. This was the end of the series. I gave this a 4.5 stars. It was actually one of my favorites. I didn't like Wicked King as much as I loved Queen of Nothing. But yeah, I don't want to give too much away because it is the end of the series. Number 15 is The Kissing Booth. I actually did not read this book. I watched the movie with my boyfriend at the time, now my husband. The movie was so good and I just wanted to jump into the book, but I thought I'd give it a little time so I didn't feel like I was like double reading if it was like the same type of thing. But I'm hoping maybe I'll put that on my February TBR because loved and cute and yeah. Number 16, The Sinful Lives of Trophy Wives. This is by Kristin Miller. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. I had to read it physically because there was no audio and my vision and vertigo needs audio. But I just like I think I wrote a review on it. Let me see. The beginning had a lot of lead up, the middle was a little better, and the ending parts were so good. Also, there were familiar parts that I'm aware. Also, there were places that I was familiar with. It just didn't do it for me. I felt like there were too many characters, there was too much going on, and I just felt like I said the beginning was just kind of like what's gonna happen, and then it just like wasn't good in the middle. I feel like it could have been like 100 pages, not 250 or whatever. It was a small book though. One of these books, which is small. It happens. That might be where I started to not really enjoy the books I was reading. Number 17, The Cupcake Diaries. Okay, that's so weird. I swear I read this book, but I don't have it marked, and I always mark it. I'll have to look through it and see if I've read it. But maybe I'm thinking of The Babysitter's Club. Okay, I guess I haven't read it. Cupcake Diaries, book 1, Katie and the Cupcake Cure by Coco Simon. So boy, I didn't read it. For number 18 was Emily Windsnap and The Castle in the Mist. This is book 3 in the series, and I did read this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I also read that toward the end of December to fit a few more books in. Just cute mermaid / human, semi-mer they call her, middle grade book. That was just fun. I wanted to read book 4, but it was not available on audio, and I wanted to have it audio because of the end of the year, and I was been playing Switch, so I like to listen and play Switch. And that was number 19, and Emily Windsnap number 4 was 19, and then number 20 is Gray, number 1. I did not read that yet, by E.L. James. And then number 21 is Unhinged, part 2. It was technically books 4, 5, and 6 by Helen Hart. This is the Blood Saga series. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I just enjoy this series so much. I just love these characters, and I love that the chapters are short and the books are short, and there's 3 books in one, which is really awesome. I actually have only one more book in that series, and then I will not have the other ones physically. And then 22 is Unbroken. This was a anthology of books written by disabled characters, and I have not read it yet. Okay, now that we have a real number, let's count. Okay, so I read 14 out of 22. That is, I think, awesome. I am proud of that, especially because I think I did so much less last year. So I hope to make more of these videos, and I can't wait to see you again in the new year. Remember, you can find magic wherever you look. Sit back and relax. All you need is a book. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Bye!